Hello Stampers, I've got a fun project for you today. I'm using the Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. It's a new early release Designer Series paper from Stampin' Up! And I'm going to show you how to do a simple reflection in the water here. The Designer Series paper is what we're going to be doing this on, and it's just a fun project to do. So I'm going to show you this paper that they have. It's just gorgeous. Now this is just one sheet out of the pack, and it has a bunch of different, these are two-sided, and they have a bunch of different ones in the pack that are all marbled like this, and they make fabulous backgrounds for scenes. So I used this print here, and I kind of picked a section out of the paper that was a little lighter, that had more of the like soft succulent going through it instead of the dark blue. So that's what I did, and this piece is 3 by 5. And this is what we're going to be working on for our main panel. And doesn't it make a great sky and water? It's awesome. So we're going to get going on this. And first I'm going to use a Post-it note to mask part of this. And I'm going to align the Post-it note. I have a 3 by 5 Post-it note here. All the dimensions for these pieces are down below this video. Just click show more and you'll see them all listed there, along with all the product links that'll take you right directly to my online store where you can shop Stampin' Up! 24/7. So I'm going to line this Post-it note up with the top of the cardstock. There we go. And we're going to stamp these trees upside down. We're going to stamp the reflection first, and I'm going to use Going Gray for this. And I put the Post-it note on there because we're going to be using this tree, and this tree comes out of the Peaceful Deer stamp set. Now this was in our holiday catalog, but it's still available, and the item number is 156891. It's one that's carrying over. It's such an awesome set. I have used these trees so much in this set because they're just different sizes. So here we go. We're going to use the largest tree. And what I'm going to do is use basic gray, and we're going to stamp these trees upside down. And this is going to be our reflection side. And see how I didn't stamp the whole tree. Part of it is on the Post-it note. So we're going to stamp these trees along this Post-it note here upside down, and I'm going to stamp them at different heights. You can overlap them a bit. You can do tall ones, medium ones. This is all going to be our reflection side. This goes pretty fast for a reflection card, just because we don't have to make a background. It's already made for us. Okay, so there is that. And now I'm going to take this Post-it note off, and I'm going to use a piece of clear plastic. Now this came out of one of my stamp sets. If you Stampin' Up!, a lot of their stamp sets have this plastic sheet that they have over the stamps when you get the stamps brand new. And I'm just going to use that. You could use a piece of cellophane or any type of clear packaging. I tried a window sheet, and the window sheets are kind of thick, so a thinner plastic works a little better for this. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this on, and I have it, I'm going to say 1/2 inch above our tree line here, where our base of our trees are in the reflection. And that is just to protect those trees, and we can see through this so we can tell where to put our trees for our upright ones, not the reflection. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black for these trees, just so I'm darker than the ones that are reflected. And I can tell which ones are larger So that's how I'm going to stamp them. So I have a taller tree here, so I'm going to make a taller tree at the top. And you're just going to go along and kind of do that. Now that I have that tree and I can figure out where to put the other ones, it's so simple once you do that, because then you're just going to line up that trunk of the tree with these trees, and then you'll hit your mark. So this one's a little taller. Our next tree is kind of short, so I'm going to bring it down. This one's a little taller than that one. I mean, this isn't exact science. Nobody's going to be measuring your trees, right? So you're just going to come along and put them in. It's all good. All right, so we have that done. So now we're going to go back to our Post-it note here. And I'm going to put this Post-it note in between the reflection trees and the regular trees. So like halfway. Then I'm going to take a blending brush and I want to blend some dark here at the base of these trees. Right at that Post-it note edge. We're going to get really dark because we want to kind of blend out the bottom of the trees. Okay, so we did that. And now we're going to take this Post-it note, we're going to take it off. We're going to turn it around so just a bit of that is showing. Oh, I'm going to say a 1/16 of an inch showing that Memento Tuxedo black there. I'm going to take Memento Tuxedo black again, and I'm going to blend it a little lighter on this side along there. We're just going to kind of obliviate the bottom of these basic gray trees, so we can be much lighter here on this side with this black. All right, and then we'll take this Post-it note off, and there is your reflection. And it automatically puts a dark line in between the two. Do you see that dark line there? So that kind of, in real life, you can see that really well. And that kind of looks like where your bank of your trees starts. Okay, so now we need some water lines, and this is so simple. Take a white chalk marker, and below that dark line, you're going to start, and you're going to just add some little lines across your panel, and you're going to do different length lines, and this adds just a little sparkle in that water and kind of lets you know it's water. Now, if there we go, and then we have our water all done. And that was just some lines put in the water, just to give it some sparkle and to let you know that is water. And see how fun that background is with this? That designer series paper is just gorgeous. Okay, so that's it. That's all we have to do for our main panel. That goes so quick. And you can get quite a few of those out of a piece of paper. Okay, now we're going to start putting this together. I have a Night of Navy panel here that is 4 by 5.25. And I'm going to bring in one of the stencils. These are the basic pattern decorative masks. There's 4 different designs in this, and I'm pulled out this one. And I'm just going to add some basic black stenciling down the one side of this Night of Navy panel, just to give it some type of design. I'm just holding this on and using that Memento Tuxedo black down this panel. There we go. And we don't need to do the whole card, just this left side. So that's easily done. And now I'm going to start putting our card together. I have a piece of the blue foil. This is brand new also. And it's super beautiful too. There's 3 different colors in this also. And it's the blue foils, and item numbers 159983, and I'll have them all linked down at the bottom of this video also. And it is so pretty. It's so hard to pick up on camera because it's so reflective, but it's beautiful. And it just adds that bling that you need without adding a whole bunch of stuff to your card. Now I'm going to take and use some Stampin' Seal to put this on my using the Stampin' Seal really helps this paper sticks to the foil since it's so shiny. Such a shiny surface. Okay, and then we're going to add that to our panel. And that foil piece that I just added the main panel onto was 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. And then I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back of this to stick to the Night of Navy panel. Have it all adhered up here. I just left a little of that Night of Navy panel showing there on the right side. And then I'm going to add this to my card front. And I have a soft succulent card base here that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And so now we're going to put our ribbon on. And I have this great ribbon. It is Pool Party sheer ribbon. So Pool Party sheer ribbon. And it is definitely sheer. And I love that because then you can see through it and you can still see your design. And that's the main thing, right? You don't want to have some beautiful paper there that you're covering up half of it with ribbon. And I'm just going to tack the ends to the back of this panel with mini glue dots. You just need 1 glue dot per side. There we go. So now I have that strip of ribbon on, and now I'm going to put it on a soft succulent card base. This card base is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and then I folded it in half to be a quarter card. Inside I have a Night of Navy panel, and it is 4 by 5.25, and then a soft succulent panel on top of that that's 3 3/4 by 5. So this card front is just going to get centered right on our card here. And I'm just going to use multi-purpose glue for this. You can go right over that ribbon and it helps that all adhere together. And you just center it on the card front. And now I'm going to just take a length of that ribbon and add a bow. When I add my bows, I like to turn my card upside down and work on it that way. It tends to help me get my bow facing the right way. It's like tying your shoe. So I slid it under the first piece of ribbon that we put on. You just tie it once and then you tie your bow. This is like the most difficult part of the whole project for me. I'm kind of bow challenged. So now I just fuss with my bow for just a second here. And I'm going to cut the little legs off. There we go. And there is our card all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this project and you like stamping on this paper. It is so fun and it's so easy to have that background already done for you, and all you have to do is put your reflection in. So I hope you're inspired to create this card, and thanks for joining me today. Bye.